Okay, I'll call the meeting to order. Board of Selectmen's meeting for the town of Acton, Maine for June 3rd, 2020 via Zoom. First item is salute the flag. I pledge allegiance
to the flag
of the United
States of America and
to
the republic
for which it stands,
one nation,
under
God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
with liberty and
liberty,
justice
justice for all.
That's what I get for trying to listen to everybody as I'm saying it. Okay, first item on this Town Administrator Weekly Update. Jen, the floor is yours.
Right. Maybe. Well, I apologize. It's a huge packet, and the one thing I don't have is my notes on top. So, we're going to wing it and see how much I remember. So in no particular order, I just want to make sure that everybody saw the email that came from the treasurer indicating that there was a decrease in revenues. So far, we're at $57,000 loss in revenues to date, with the town hall opening full-time next week. She's hopeful that this is going to start alleviating some of it. And she talks about the revenue sharing in the fiscal year, how that may or may not affect us. So it really just, this email really goes to point out even more why it was so important that you did the town meeting the way you did and not try to commit based on last year's taxes, because here we are, March 13th, 17th, I think we shut down, and we're already 60,000 down in revenue based on this time last year. So thank you, Michelle, for that update. Some cards that you received in the mail, thank you cards. So we just want to go through these. I won't read them verbatim, but I'll put copies in your boxes if you want to look at them. I'm guessing with the second half of the taxes that just came and went, that the treasurer sent out the payments for the social services. Generally, that's the time that she does it. So we did get a nice card from Ron Rivard, the Secretary of Southern Maine Veterans Association, thanking you for your donation. Also got one from Lifelight Foundation, thanking the residents of Acton as well for their donation. Southern Maine Agency, another letter thanking you for the $800 that the townspeople approved. And that was it for the donations. One of the other things I wanted to mention was that the Southern Maine Healthcare, who we changed our drug testing to, has made an announcement that they're going to join forces with their Workwell Occupational Health and Maine Motor Transport Association. So far, based on the letter, it's not indicating that there's going to be a lot of changes that we're going to see other than the name change. Everything's still going to be done there, but they believe that the new arrangement is going to provide the clients with a stronger level of compliance and service based on what Maine Motor Transport Association has to offer in regards to DOT and drug testing and so forth. So I'll send that memo over for you to take a look at. If it's not, I don't think it's in your packets. Yeah, no, I don't generally, my update stuff, I don't put in your packets generally. I'm just really bummed because I had such a long list. Okay, joys of live. See, if we were in my office, I could run and get another copy. So I had gotten some emails back in April from, and I think I told you guys this, but I just wanted to update you. We got an email from the town administrator in Wakefield back in April, basically indicating that the chairman of the Board of Selectmen in Wakefield wanted to have a conversation with you guys regarding Canal Road, the bridge. They believe they have a resolution that will work for both towns, so they reached out asking to be put on one of your agendas. At the time, I told them that in April we weren't meeting. I emailed them today and let them know that I said just checking in. It appears that we're having Zoom meetings the whole month of June. Are you looking to be on an agenda, or do you want to wait in person? It sounds like they want to wait to be in, when you go back to meetings in person. But I just wanted to let you know that they are still looking to meet with you guys when they can regarding that bridge.
Great.
I have a list. I'm going to try to come up with remembering it as I go along, but that's what I have in front of me, Ed.
Okay.
Maybe I'll get lucky and stumble across it.
Yeah, if you find it, we'll just come back to it.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, next we have, let's see, warrants and bills. I've signed. I think Kim has signed. Dave?
I've got to go up and sign in the morning.
Okay. Sounds great. Approval of the agenda. Do we hear a motion?
I make a motion to approve the agenda for June 3rd.
And I'll second that.
Moved and seconded to approve the agenda. Any discussion? Call for a vote. Kim?
Yes.
Dave?
Yes.
The chair votes yes. Okay. Minutes of the last meeting.
I make a motion to approve the minutes of the last meeting of May 27th.
Okay.
And I wasn't there, so I'm not.
That's quite all right. I will second that. Any further discussion? No. Call for a vote. Dave?
Yes.
I'll vote yes. Kim? Abstain?
Yes.
Okay.
Abstain. Yeah.
Okay.
I've read them.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Okay, department heads and committee chair updates. Do we have any?
No.
Nope. Okay. Old business, we have Article 43.
Yep, so a few things on this. I did send the road committee chair an email saying, hello, Leslie. Selectmen would like to make another attempt at the workshop of the road committee. Instead of scheduling it and setting the time and date as I did last Wednesday, I'm reaching out to you in advance for some options. We would really like to get a majority of the committee there so we can make some final decisions and move forward with Article 43 application. Please advise 2 possible dates. Mondays and Tuesdays work best for the Selectmen. Lastly, I noticed in your letter that you forwarded to the Board of Selectmen that you indicated you were waiting 3 months for your Freedom of Information request. If you check the email that was sent on March 11th, you indicated you were going out of the country and you would let me know when you have your next meeting. From there, COVID happened and I never heard back from you. I did, however, tell you on March 11th that as soon as I knew of a meeting date, I would make sure the information has been gathered. That statement still stands true. So she replied, good morning, Jennifer. I have spoken to most of the road committee members and the general consensus is either the 15th or the 22nd. That would work. There is also a concern that almost half of the road committee does not use computers. And now that the governor has increased to groups of 50 with social distancing, is it feasible to hold a regular meeting? Also, when will the Freedom of Information be ready for the road committee to review? This review should take place before any meeting so we have all the pertinent information. Good decisions only happen when everyone is informed. So I guess a few things out of there. I need to go back. I mean, obviously, you know, we were shut down for a couple of months. I need to go back and watch the road committee meeting and find out what exactly they're looking for. I mean, when I recall it being a personal request, it was every and anything tied to Article 43, which is going to be, you know, every application that we had in, every supporting document. If the request is more surrounding the creation of it, you know, a lot of that was hands-on with the prior selectman that took the role in this. And, you know, communications that happened. They came to her, she came back to the board. I know I don't have a whole lot, but it originally wanted all emails and stuff, so I need to go through all of your accounts and stuff, and I will do my best to get that accomplished tomorrow or Monday at the latest. So if you want to pick either the 15th or 22nd, I'll make sure that information gets to them. There's not a whole lot there. I don't know, you know, I don't know what to say, but
they don't have access to the minutes of the meetings.
Minutes of the meeting, yes, but I believe she thinks we got legal advice, and I just don't recall. I mean, it's 2018, so I'm not going on record to say what we may or may, you know, I mean, I just don't remember. So I need to get that done.
I mean, I don't know what legal advice she'd be looking at, saying we got legal advice saying that we ought to be doing what we're doing and restructuring this.
Well, I think she means in the very beginning. So,
yeah.
But
Right.
Nevertheless, I you know, I have no problem pulling everything. It's just, you know, now that we're back on track. So is the 15th or 22nd work better for you? And how are you addressing the meeting in person piece of her email?
The 22nd works better for me. Kim, what works good for you?
What time on the 22nd?
Yeah, Fridays don't work. I mean,
This is a Monday.
it is?
Yeah,
It
22nd.
is.
June. Okay,
Jim,
oh,
yeah.
I'm on the wrong one.
I guess
Change-
both of them.
change-
Whatever time works for you, Kim. 6, 7.
It's my birthday. We had plans to go out, but you know what? It
Oh.
doesn't matter.
No, 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 no,
No.
Then we won't
Really?
do the 22nd. Nope.
Nope.
Is the
Can we-
15th too soon though?
Can
or-
we, why can't we do what we did last week and do it during a selectmen's meeting?
We
That way,
can. I just thought that we might want a little
But
more
does that
time.
work for them?
it works for us. I mean, it should work for them. I mean, the problem we have here is we're going to have this meeting and it's going to go over the same stuff that we normally go through. And, honestly, at the end of the day, either we're with them or without them. Okay. They can I'm almost at the point now, let them have their meeting, do their investigating, and then come to us because as far as I know, look at it as the head of that committee comes to us and gives their opinion on it. And I don't think it's at the end of the day going to get us anyways by us meeting with them when they have all the information right in front of them.
Yeah. Well, let's. How about if we shoot for the 17th? Jen, would that work for?
Public hearing for the town warrant.
Oh yeah.
Nope.
Okay.
24th.
24th.
Yeah.
So invite them back to the selectmen's meeting.
Now,
Yeah.
you had asked us a question about whether we wanted to do it in person or through Zoom.
They asked the question, yeah.
They asked. Okay. Any thoughts on that? Either one of you, or?
Well, the month of June, we're still doing it this way, so.
Okay, so that's,
We don't want to let another committee go and start doing personal ones. When we're doing it on Zoom, it just wouldn't look right.
Yeah.
right. I
Either
mean, just get
we
through
all
June
do it or
and then.
nobody does it.
Yeah. They can.
Right.
If they don't have computers, I find it hard to believe that almost half of them don't. But anyway, they can also connect via telephone. So.
They can.
And if I can get a list of the members of the committee, and then we'll take a roll call that night so we know who we have. We can make sure we address everyone and get all the concerns. I mean, last week we had, Jay Ward was the only one on, I think, from the committee. He had 2 concerns. One we took care of. It was a typo. And the second one had to do with roads. So, that if in fact that's the only other issue, then, I'm sure we can work through something. So.
The 24th, ask them to be at the selectmen's meeting. We'll put it under department heads.
Yep.
And I will make sure they get the information.
Yep.
That'll give them plenty of time to go through whatever they want to go through.
Yeah. Okay. Just making myself a note here. Okay. Yep. Okay. So I guess got anything else on Article 43 you want to discuss tonight?
No, and I just want to let you know that I have responded to a couple of emails. People are asking, where it stands, when they can apply for it, what's happening with the old ones. And I'm basically, unless you tell me otherwise, just telling them that you're still working on it with the road committee and it's not available yet.
Yep. Yep. That sounds good. Okay. So with that, we'll move on to new business, Freedom of Information request.
So one of the items in your packet you will see is a Freedom of Information request from Charles Crespi. It is dated May 5th, 2020. I did get this, and when I looked at it, when I originally opened it, I saw zoning ordinances request details. So instead of sending it through the channel, because it was just, I took it as he was looking for the zoning ordinances. So I've got an email thread on just a day or two later showing that I sent him all of the questions immediately. So I thought that it had been fulfilled, and that's a mistake on my part. He had 2 or 3 other Freedom of Informations regarding the project, the big development that's going on downstairs, a list of voters that he's looking for, and some other information from you guys. Some was freedom of information. Some we just try to, just try to get it to him to move it along. So because he had so many, a few days ago, I reached out to him and said, hey, just touching base, make sure that we've completed them all once I knew that codes had gotten him the last plan. And that's when he and I had a conversation, and he indicated that, he thanked me for the zoning ordinances, but said there was actually a lot more to it. Apparently there was a second attachment. So he's requesting that the town of Acton, the town, produce any documents and correspondence concerning the town's proposed amendments to section 5.11 and 5.16. This request includes documents related in any way to the above amendments that were presented to or considered in any meeting of any town body, specifically planning board, where the amendments were considered, and any documents that the consulting work has done for the town, any member of the public provided to assist the town in developing the proposed amendments. Additionally, I request that the town produce all documents, including any correspondence, emails, text messages, or other written communications between town officials, but not limited to select board, planning board, code enforcement, town officials, relating to the amendments. And it goes on to, it goes on to say in section 5.16, in relation to any currently or previously pending applications by Martell Estates on the lake before the town planning board. So, wow, was I wrong when I thought that was just a zoning question. So I have sent this over to code enforcement, and I have CC'd the planning board chair. I did have a conversation with her about something else and asked her to put it on this Thursday's agenda. She doesn't believe there's any text messages or correspondence or anything that happened between the members, but she's going to publicly ask each member. So as your administrator, I wanted to confirm with you guys. I think you saw the email I sent. I don't think any of you have discussed any of this.
Nope.
Not that I was known of, or not that I knew of. So confirming none of you have anything in your possession regarding this. I don't think you even saw them until they came upstairs, I don't think.
Nope.
Okay. All right, so we will, or they will continue to chip away at that. That's what that is.
Okay. Anything else on that?
No.
Okay. York County budget public hearing.
So in your packet, you have a public hearing that will happen on the County of York proposed budget. It's going to be on Wednesday, June 10th, which is during one of your meetings at 6:30 in the lower level of the courthouse. There is an attachment that's got the summary of each department. You can see what the current budget is and what the FYI, what the department requested, what the commissioners are recommending, increase, decrease. So just wanted to make you aware of when that public hearing was. And then the third page is the proposed county tax based on each town. And you can see that Acton's county tax is a proposed increase of 1.82.
Yep, and we're 1.54% of the county budget.
Right.
So, okay. Or $327,134.77. So, yep. That's up. Well, it's up 1.82. So, okay. Okay. Anything else on that?
No, sir.
Okay.
Should one of us be at that meeting, or? I know we have a meeting too. I mean,
Yeah, I don't think we've ever
that's what I was wondering if we.
ever
I don't
attended
remember.
one before. I mean,
Okay.
the
Just thought
chances
I'd
of
ask.
changing anything at that meeting is probably little or no.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
yeah.
Notice I'm not commenting.
Yes. Michelle, can you weigh in on that at all?
Yeah, she's not going to comment.
You could just simply not, you could simply shake your head if you wish. Okay. Nope.
Nope.
Nothing there. So
Okay.
great.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, it's what it is, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You know, I guess all I can say is just be glad that we're not the town of York. Theirs is going, their tax is 13.25%.
Yeah.
So, yeah, or 2,382,000 and change.
Wow.
So, and it's a lot of change. Okay. We are actually, we're not the lowest, but we're down there. So, okay. Next is the trail construction agreement.
If you remember, numerous months ago,
Trail,
yeah,
not trial.
yes. If you remember, when Three Rivers was before you, Carl Davis came to you, sometime in the fall, we went out to bid for the, ADA compliant, walkway, that they're working on up there. You guys awarded the bid to one of the, bidders, and this is the agreement that's been drawn up. This has been looked over by the Three Rivers Land Trust attorneys. Michelle and I have read through it. Michelle did catch on page 5. It indicates that the contractor has to have $300,000 in liability insurance. The town of Acton currently requires $1 million. So we reached out to Carl and said that we'd like that changed. So for tonight, I'm just asking you to please read it, and assuming we can get that number changed, it'll be on the agenda next week, hopefully getting a signature.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Anything else on that? Application for a pole permit from CMP.
CMP, yes. So this is a pole permit, pole 34. They're looking to place on Sanborn Road.
Okay.
So we need a motion to sign it, a second, and we'll put it in your box for signatures.
Okay. Do we know approximately where on Sanborn, or?
Pole 34, so it's on the southern end.
Yes, it says starting point, pole 34, Sanborn Road, southerly, distance 250 feet, number of poles 1, number 35. Does that help?
No.
Me neither. David,
Okay.
does that help? Oh, there's a picture. Wait a minute.
Yeah, there's a picture, but
Yeah,
Oh, that's right. It's in your packet. Does that do any good?
No, that's okay.
it starts at pole 33. It's going to go to pole 35.
Okay. Be nice
Gotta
if they
be-
actually had an address
Yeah.
on there, but it's
Yep.
really irrelevant. I was just more curious than anything.
Yeah.
Looks like they're doing a relocation. What they're doing is they're taking, replacing the existing one and putting the other one on the other side of the road.
Okay. Okay.
I'll make a motion, we sign the Central Maine Power application for pole location, for Sanborn Road.
Okay. Pole 34 on Sanborn Road.
Is it pole? Yeah, pole 34.
And
Do I hear
I'll
a
second
second?
that.
Okay.
Yep, I second that.
Okay. Moved and seconded to approve the poll application for poll number 34 on Sanborn Road for CMP. Any further discussion? Hearing none. Call for a vote. Kim?
Yes.
Dave?
Yes.
I vote yes. Okay. Hebo-Hibo Road, or Hebo-Hibo.
So I got a call in the office yesterday from a property owner down there on Hebo-Hibo Road that he's got concerns with a public easement, and I'm not sure if this is a town issue or not, but the email that she sent to me, it says, "Good morning, attached is a letter I referenced yesterday when we spoke. I would just like a copy of the documentation showing that there are public easements that exist. Let me know if you get this email in the attachment. Thanks for your help." What it sounds like, she believes there's public easements down there, and it sounds like people are riding ATVs and so forth. Someone is putting strips across and blocking these public easements. She references a letter that went out January of 2018 from the Acton Conservation and Forestry Committee. It says, "Dear Hebo-Hibo abutter, Town Conservation and Forestry Committee of Acton and Lebanon are currently discussing a proposal for a recreational trail on the Hebo-Hibo Road. Both towns have determined, on the advice of their respective town land use lawyers, that a public easement still exists permitting public access along the road. So in consideration of your ownership of abutting property, we are hoping that you will respond and share any concerns that you have." So what she's saying is that because the town sent out this letter, that proves that we believe that there is a public easement on that road, and she's looking for some sort of proof, something in writing that there's a public easement.
Do we have something? Because it says here, we got advice from land use lawyers.
I mean, I have to
Honestly,
do some digging. I just don't know.
I'm sure if we were involved and we had to have access down through there, there was something we'd be getting into, but this is a kind of a civil thing. This is private. That road was, granted over to the abutters many, many moons ago. And it's not up to us to do that. That's up to them to go down to the county deeds, and look through it. I mean, if we have it sitting on top of a desk somewhere, but I mean, that spend resources looking for this stuff and all that, that's not really our job.
It also says right here, if you have any questions, well, at the time it was Carl Davis that was the committee chair. I mean, he might have some information for them. That's all.
Maybe worth, a quick phone call to Kyle and just
Yeah.
see if he remembers anything. If not, I think I probably would agree with Dave.
I do too.
Yeah, we've been back and forth on a lot of this stuff so many times that, just, have them go research it. We give them a copy of that letter, and that's, let them take it from there.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. Paving bids. You must have them, because I don't.
Yeah, so, I mean, I wasn't sure, this was kind of the first time, I wasn't sure what to do with them, but I'm going to go on record to show that they're sealed. This is the first one. Here's the second one.
I saw tape on that one. No, I'm joking.
Really, David?
I'm just joking.
And then here's the last one.
Wow.
So I need to find something to open, so it's fine. Oh,
Somebody's offering to help.
out of my house. I got a knife.
Oh, I thought the dog was offering to help.
Yeah.
He's going to tear into him.
All right.
Sounds
Hopefully I
like
don't
it.
stab myself on camera here.
Oh, it's
They don't usually let me have knives.
That Dayton sand and gravel.
I don't know.
presently raining out.
I can read it.
Yes.
Dayton Sand and Gravel. And I think, can I, is it okay if I unmute my two road commissioners?
Yes.
Unmute. Gentlemen, I'm asking you to turn your cameras on. Start video. Unmute. William, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Awesome. And oops,
Joe needs to unmute.
I'm trying.
Oh,
Here he is.
weather bug was wrong. It said it wasn't going to rain tonight.
No, I knew it was going to rain. I can't believe they cut that field over there. Dan, I'm having trouble unmuting Joseph.
Would that be the field down by the foot of
Yep.
the lake?
Yep.
That would be the field that I get my hay from?
I know. That's why I drove by. I couldn't believe they were cutting it.
I know.
They've been talking about rain all day. All right. Bear with. Oh, there we go. Joseph?
Hello?
Hi. Okay. And did I give you the original bid in your packet? Probably not. All right.
No.
Okay. So, Michelle, would you be so kind to jot these numbers down as we go along so you can go back and read them off?
Hold on.
All right. Let's unmute her.
Okay, there.
All right. All right. So we got 4 columns, Michelle, and 4 companies. All right. So the columns, real quick, Michelle, will be per ton laid, handwork, curbing, and reclaiming. You good?
Yep.
All right. So the first one is from Dayton Sand and Gravel. Per ton laid is $78. Handwork per ton is $135. Curbing per foot is $9 per linear foot. Reclaiming per square foot is 0.25 per square foot. You all set with those numbers, Michelle?
Yes.
Mm. All right, the next one is from Pike Industries. So the first one says hot mix asphalt machine place, $68. So I'm assuming that's the per ton laid. Is that right?
Yeah.
Hot mix asphalt 9.5 handwork is $155. Curb work is $262. Reclaimed material for sub base is 0.19. So just for my own knowledge, how can curbing be $9 with Dayton and $262 with Pike?
Could it be a different length or something? It's
Is that is one of those a lineal foot price and one
Yeah.
a per ton price?
Well, Dayton says $9 per lineal foot. The other, Pike's just says curb, and it says 262. And it's got a slash, and it looks like CON, something handwritten. I'll get you copies.
Because what it is Dayton gave a price, lay the curb in without the hot top. Hot top, and you do curb, and you have a different mix. What Pike did is they added the mix in with the lineal footage.
okay.
And what did the instructions tell him to do? No?
Oh, it was a per ton price.
Oh, okay. All right. All right, Libby Scott Paving. Yeah, so. All right, so this one's a little more complicated. It's got 19 mm base milk mix asphalt, $79 a ton, and then it's got 12.5 mm surface mix at $79.45 a ton, and then 9.5 mm surface mix, $79.90 per ton. So, do we know what the other two MMs, what they're using?
Yep.
We do?
Yep.
Well, neither one of them say. What are they?
Millimeters.
Well, no, I don't that.
Millimeter. It's different size asphalt.
Well, what I'm saying, so Dayton says it's $78 per ton. Do we know which millimeter they're using?
When Dayton does theirs, all of it costs the same.
Okay.
If you want to run, they charge you the same for 3/4 they would your top mix.
Okay. And Pike's, Michelle clarified, their handwork was 9.5 millimeters. The hot mix, they didn't specify what the millimeters were. All right, so back to Libby Scott. The hand place mixes is $155 per ton. Curb mix per ton, in parentheses, it says $8 per foot, $320 per ton. And then to reclaim, fine grade, and compact is 30 cents per square foot. And then they go on to say that tack coat and butt joint grinding is included in the price of surface mixes.
Okay.
So, what was the price on the hot top on there?
Which hot top?
Libby Scott.
Say it again?
79.
Libby Scott, 79.
I think so.
79 was the first one, yes.
Yeah.
You said you got one more?
This funny material is very hard to open with a kitchen knife, so
Oh, yeah.
bear with me. This is not pre-staged, that's for sure.
No accidents.
Yeah, let's not be lopping off a digit or anything.
All right. All State Asphalt, doing business as Carroll Materials.
Yep.
Hot concrete, $74.50 a ton. Handwork, $155 a ton. Curbing, $225 a ton. Reclaiming, 20 cents per square foot.
Okay.
So if you would like, what we've done in the past, I'll copy all of them, take Michelle's top cover sheet, we'll scan and email it to both the road commissioners to look at and discuss together, and next week we can make a decision, or I don't know how soon the guys are looking to start work.
That work for both you, Joe and Will?
Yeah, if I could have her email me, I can look at them. I've been just jotting them down, like scribbling. So if you could send them me, that'd be good.
Okay. Yeah, she'd have to scan them and send them that way. So,
I will.
Okay, that's fine.
yeah. Okay. Joe, do you want it that way too? You want to pick up copies in the office?
Either way, I mean, if we can, I can just get an email. That's fine.
Okay. Yep. Look them over and give us your recommendation next week, if you would, please.
Okay, yeah.
It's interesting seeing how the prices go. Knowing that some of these places make their own, make it and sell to the other people. So,
Oh, they sell to each other?
well,
Yeah. Libby Scott buys it
Pike
off
and
Pike.
Allstate are the only two that manufacture.
Hmm.
So,
Oh, no.
does Dayton
Dayton
manufacture?
Can makes their own.
Okay.
But Libby Scott buys it off Pike.
Yeah. So, yep. Okay. That's good there. Okay, thank you. So we'll now go in. Kim or Dave, do you have any other comments on this?
No, we're gonna table this until next week, right?
Right, wait for their recommendations and then go from there.
Okay. Move
Sounds
on
good.
to public comment.
So, I have one, and then I have a question for you afterwards, so.
Sure.
Okay. This comes from, Mr. Arnold Murray. So, hello all. I am replying to comments at the Board of Selectmen meeting of 5/13/2020. I have not been able to see the video of this meeting. I have attached a screenshot that shows there isn't a link for that date on any of my computers, tablet, or smartphone. They all show the same. It was stated that I suggested that the election would be almost twice the cost. In the letter, I asked the question of the board, could the cost be between $8,000 and $9,000? There never was an estimate of the cost given. The reimbursement mentioned might not materialize. The Portland Press Herald, April 27th, states that matching funds of $680,000 the state might have to appropriate might be a problem. It was inferred that I was responsible for having to go back to Maine Municipal for another opinion. When I asked for a copy of the opinion that you received originally, I have not yet, as of today, received that copy. It is apparent that you have a bias towards the Warren and Finance Committee. I sent a letter as a taxpayer citizen, and you implied that me being on the committee tainted those thoughts. I don't believe in go along to get along, as some people do. Looking forward to receiving a legal opinion. I also want to let you know that I went to the board's minutes. The link for the date of the minutes that goes to a different date, not 5/13. I thought it might be a posting error, but I verified this with other people. So, first of all, I did reply and cover some of the things, and I want to tell you about the phone conversation I had with him as well. Hello, Mr. Murray. I'm going to reach out via phone as well, but wanted to put a response in writing. First, if I'm understanding you correctly, you're saying the May 13th Board of Selectmen meeting is not online yet. I couldn't find it either. I will send the APAT director an email and CC you. Next, do I understand you believe the minutes we uploaded on the town's website for May 13th aren't actually for that meeting? As soon as the video is uploaded, I'll take a peek and certainly correct it if that's the case. Thank you for pointing it out. As far as the Warren and Finance in your letters, the board may be tying you to the committee because each of the letters you sent on May 5th, May 12th, and yesterday's all came from your Warren and Finance account. Possibly, if you want to be more clear that they're separated, use your personal email address. Just a thought. As far as the legal opinions about changing the town meeting to a referendum, I will send you everything I have in separate emails. However, please be advised that at least 3 of the conversations were via the phone. Sometimes it's easier to have a conversation than try to put all of my questions in the email. But again, I apologize if you don't have everything you want. I will send them over, and I've CC'd you guys in the emails that I've sent over. In regards to the rest of your emails and concerns, if they were directed to me, I apologize. I never intended to insinuate you said anything. I'm just trying to read the letters and answer them accordingly. I will present your email and my response to the Board of Selectmen tonight. So, I did speak to him on the phone as well. We actually FaceTimed. I showed him how to FaceTime with his phone. He has a Verizon phone, and 2 things. Mike Corey did confirm that the May 13th meeting was on there, but it was not under the Board of Selectmen. So it was very hard to find when you went to board. All the meetings were there except for that one. It was online, just not where it should be. So he moved that over. Mr. Murray and I confirmed that he could find it and clicked on it. As far as the minutes, after watching the beginning of the minutes, we confirmed that they were the correct minutes on the website. When he uses his tablet and you try to push meeting minutes, he was dragging, and he was bringing him to another link. So I sent him a direct link via email, and he was able to access those May 13th minutes. So that was fine. I talked to him about if he has, like this email, he sends it as a citizen taxpayer. He wants to make it clear that he's not sending you these on behalf of the Warren and Finance. So when we talked about the emails, I said, just use your personal one when it's not Warren and Finance. I mean, if you send me something from Warren and Finance, that looks like it's from that committee. He completely understood that and was fine with that. As far as the rest of it, can't help you. So I did what I could.
Nope, that's fine. Okay.
Thank you.
Welcome,
Hey,
Kim.
I got something. What bothers me is when somebody that's on a committee takes the cape off and says, now I'm not on the committee, I'm sending it as Joe Schmo, but it's regarding what you're doing on the committee. You can either do one or the other. And that's one thing that's really bothered me in the last few years is people who do that and how we're supposed to determine whether or not this is finance committee related or is this personal. And, when you're elected to be on these committees, you're now a committee member. And when you're talking about finances, such as the stuff that he'd been talking about, the whole process of going through the finance committee, now all of a sudden you're a private citizen. I just don't get that.
I have a,
Go ahead, Kim.
I was just, in this email that he had sent, I'm just kind of looking at the fact that, he was thinking that the reimbursements might not materialize, the money we were talking about. Maybe Michelle, do you know any more about that at all? I know
hold on, Michelle.
for the election, the what it was going to cost us for the machine and stuff like that. Or Jennifer, have
Good,
you
yeah.
heard anything to answer that question of his, I guess?
So, as far as the reimbursement through FEMA, 75% of that is reimbursed through the feds, and 15% is reimbursed through the state, and then we're responsible for 10% of that. Because this is a declared event, we're using, for the COVID-related expenses, we're using our emergency disaster fund to pay for these things.
Okay.
As far as getting the money out of the state, it's usually a couple of years to get the money out of the state with any FEMA. The feds are pretty quick on getting the money.
Okay.
The state, depending on who's running the budget at the state level, all depends on when we get the money. But they've committed to giving the money. So we will eventually get it. But as in any FEMA related case, it's usually 2 years or so before we get it from the state.
And if I can just add to that, Kim, is in regards to the machine, because I think that's one of the few expenses, renting the machine. I was probably going to do that anyways, because remember originally before the COVID happened, we had a couple of petitions circulating. We strive to work hard at our elections, but it is harder and harder to find people that can count, that want to come in at 8 o'clock at night and sort paper ballots and count them in lots of 50 twice and stay up till 1 o'clock in the morning for minimum wage. It's, we're humans. It's human error. Any more than a question or two, even without the town referendum, I'm probably going to start budgeting on using the machines each time because that's just,
Do we know like an estimated cost of what it's going to cost to do the elections this year? That was just a question asked, and if you don't know it, that's fine.
Well, I guess when I think about this question, am I answering the question of how much the June 14th election is going to cost? Because remember, am I trying to, July, thank you, David, or am I trying to figure out the addition because of the town referendum? Because I was going to have the July 14th election, period. You know what I mean? We have a state ballot, so I guess I'm not clear on how much is that extra piece of paper costing. Then I can tell you, from a printer side, you're looking at between $400 and $600 for the ballots. My staff is already going to be there. The machine I just said that I probably would have already had. absentee ballots, it all goes in the same envelope. You know what I mean? I mean, I could sit
Okay.
down and break down what a regular election costs, but I kind of took it as he was looking for what additional.
Yeah, it's not,
Okay.
it's
Yeah, I
not
wasn't
the $8,000 to
sure.
$9,000 that he elated to.
No, my whole election budget for a fiscal year, Michelle, is what, 5,000?
Yes.
So,
Okay.
I mean, that's with the presidentials and the regulars, so.
Now, if
I mean-
you,
All right.
for a regular town meeting at the school gymnasium, do you spend $500?
No.
Okay, so there's basically the breakdown right there.
Right.
As you don't spend 500, or say you do spend 500 for that,
Well,
you're just slightly over that getting the ballots. So
right, and I
you're
guess that,
still well within.
the other piece too is that when we have town meeting, I mean, you've got the copies of it. We never figure in, the cost of salary of, for Michelle and I being there, making the copies and, the setup. I mean, I'm counting the ballot clerk's hourly wage. I'm counting what to pay the moderator, maybe colored paper for all of those individual elections, you know what I mean? But it's still, the extra expense going to a referendum is probably just the cost of the extra printed ballots.
Yeah. Okay.
But I want to take a second, too, to tell you that a lot of people that have been asking about how we're going to be voting in Acton, and I've told them of your decision, they have been very thankful that the board is taking their health and safety into consideration, and, they're still going to be able to participate by not exposing themselves in a large gathering. So there's flip side to both.
I've talked to some other towns, too, people I know in other towns in this capacity. And, they wish they had thought of it sooner. So, yeah, no, it's really, for this year, it's the way we have to do it. So
I think that's one thing that we got to reiterate is this is only a 1 year deal.
Yeah.
And I guess, right now it's a 1 year deal. And, one question I have is for just say if there's a petition running around right now trying to stop town meeting, whether or not that's allowed, that we can stop town meeting. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
So
haven't heard of such a thing. So
yeah, so the warrant has been signed. As soon as the ballots come back, it will be posted. Depending on how a petition is written, whether they call for the question by a secret ballot or an open town meeting, the Board of Selectmen have so many days to address it prior to the, after the registrar has gotten the signatures. So let's just say for the sake of conversation that next Tuesday, which is, what would that be, like the
9th.
So next Tuesday, someone turns in a petition to force an open town meeting. So by law, I've got 3 to 5 days to circulate the signatures. So now we're looking, and then I have to present it to the Board of Selectmen. So you wouldn't see it until the 17th. And Section 4528, I believe it's 60 days. It's either 60 or 90 days that you have to call a special town meeting. So your July 14th election would happen first. But certainly, if it does happen, we would get legal advice. But that's my first thought.
Yeah, I was just asking because I hear there's 4 petitions running around, and that's one of them, and I want to know whether or not it was legit or not. So
yeah, I mean, we never know, and that was on my list of things to talk to you guys about, because someone did come to me, Ed, and I think I mentioned this to David, but someone did come to me and let me know that there were a variety of petitions that are being circulated regarding town meeting, and really, there's not a lot to say. Is that the registrar and the board will address them and deem them legal based on counsel when they're turned in.
Yep, that's all we can do. So
I mean, we don't give opinions prior to.
No. So okay. Anything else under public comment?
No.
Okay. Was there anything else we needed to address?
Well, I wanted to ask you if I could. So I would like 2 minutes. So if I minimize my screen real quick, I think I can access my desktop. The only problem with doing, because I had a list, and if I can just look at it really quickly.
Go ahead.
The only problem is that when I just want to put this out there, when I minimize, I have to stop the recording. It's telling me because I tried doing it. So the recording is going to go off for a minute.
Okay. We will sit here and be quiet.
All right. I'll be right back. Okay, the recording is back on. I can't remote access while I have this Zoom meeting going. So certainly anything on my updates don't require permission anyways. They don't. It's not something, I would have put it under new business or old business. So I'll have to take a look at the list tomorrow, and if anything's that pertinent, I will call you. If not, they'll go on next week's list.
Okay. Okay, it sounds good.
They're probably sitting on the copier. I'm still getting used to being there and then coming home and back and forth, and so I apologize, Ed.
Oh, yeah, no, it's a pain, that's for sure. So all the employees are doing well through all this, so we appreciate it. Okay, so nothing else under public comment that you can think of? And
That was the only one I got.
okay. We have no announcements on here that I see.
Oh, I thought I put 3 or 4 on there.
Nope. Do you have some you want to read off, or?
Just so the public, there's a couple of things. So there is a planning board meeting on Thursday, this Thursday, 6:30. The rec committee is going to have a meeting next Friday. The public hearings that we've got scheduled on June 18th. That's the first one. We've got the letter going out, so I'm going to need you guys to stop by and sign that original. Kim, did you have a chance to look at that from last week?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yep, looked really good. Yep.
All right. Ed had a minor change we made. So if you can come in and sign the original, we can start prepping for that.
All right, can we do that tomorrow night?
Yep.
Okay.
So I think that was it, Ed. That was the only meetings coming up.
Okay. Very good. I don't have anything else. Kim, do you have anything to add?
I don't.
Nope. Okay. Dave?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay. Michelle, anything you wish to chime in with? No? Okay. Jennifer?
No, sir.
No? Okay. Well, with that, we apparently must be getting used to these meetings. This was a relatively quick one.
Yeah.
So,
I don't have my list.
well, okay.
I'm going to make up for it.
Oh, yeah, that's okay.
I'm so mad at myself.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah. Actually, it may, I think I was the last one in the town hall to pick up the packets. There was a spare piece of paper sticking out of one of the packets.
What's it say?
I don't know. I didn't pick that packet up.
Oh, does it say update the board? Because
I don't know. I don't know. I just remember seeing a spare piece of paper just not stapled in with the packet. So might be a place to look. So, okay. No, I don't have anything else. I mean, I just want to, tell everyone we're just in the same position everybody else is in, and stay safe. Stay home if you can. Enjoy the good weather. This is the first amount of rain we're getting right now in about 3 weeks.
And we need it.
We desperately need it. My wife doesn't exactly like the idea because she was holding a dog class outside. But
No.
anyway, I think she ducked into the barn. So with that, like I say, stay safe, everyone. Follow the guidelines. None of us like the guidelines, but we have to follow them. So I hate the idea of having to wear a mask when you go out, in different places, but I guess it works. Okay. With that, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn June 3rd at 6:58.
And I'll second that.
Moved and seconded to adjourn. Call for vote. Kim?
Yes.
Dave?
Yes.
I vote yes. Good night, all. Thank you.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Have a good week.